Hi, everybody, and welcome to Midnight Conversations with me, your favorite host, Sneha Thomas. How's everybody doing tonight? I should start learning how to add sound effects to my podcast because I think that would be cool. So, how's everybody doing tonight? I hope everybody's doing so good and you have all been in such anticipation for this next podcast, this current one right now. And I hope you all are still very excited. So let's just get right into it. Okay. Today we're going to talk about a fun little topic called respect. Pretty easy, pretty blatant, pretty straight to the point. But to get into it, we're going to talk about the morals and values that I used to have that I'm trying to get back to right now. So when I was growing up, I had little to no self respect for myself. And when I got to college, my first year of college in Connecticut, I learned how important respect truly is. Because I had a professor, and she talked about how important it is to be able to walk into any room and everybody else sits up a little. Because you walk in with that type of power, you know what I mean? You walk in with a kind of importance and grace and power that drives people to want to adjust their position when you get into a room. Like, for those of us who are Christian, anytime like a priest or a pastor or somebody walks into a room, at least in my church, I don't know if it's like this in the Catholic Church, but at least in the Orthodox Church and the Jacobite Church, if a didymene or a bishop walks into the room, you automatically stand up. Don't matter where you are, what you're doing, you stand up. If a didymene walks into the room, you stand up. Why? Because you respect them. You have a certain respect towards them. So you stand up. And that's the same thing. So this is what my professor said. If you walk into a room and people adjust their positioning to sit up a little bit more, or they even stand up to greet you, that's when you know you made it. Because everyone in that room respects you. Everyone in that room respects what you're going to think of them because they respect you. That's when you know you made it. That's when you know you're successful. Another thing my professor used to say a lot was, all you kids in your 20s are going to spend a lot of time trying to fall in love. When you fall in love with someone, don't forget that this person also needs to respect you. When you think about love and respect, you think these two things run on a parallel train. They probably even run in the same carriage. They're supposed to, technically speaking. They should be. But in reality, they don't. Because it is so easy for people to love you even if they don't respect you. And you'd be surprised how easy that is. There are so many people who tell somebody, oh my gosh, I love you and I love everything about you, but I have no respect for you. The hell does that mean? What do you mean you have no respect for me? What does that even mean? What does it mean to respect someone? What it means to respect someone, at least in my opinion, is you give them a higher regard. What it means to respect someone is that if you did something and they had an opinion about it, you would care for what their opinion was. Respect this person. You respect their judgment on you. You respect their position on you. You respect what they have to say about you. One way of respecting someone. Another way of respecting someone is you respect the way that somebody lives their life. You respect how hardworking they are, the decisions that they make, the routes that they're taking, the life that they live. You respect who they are as a person in the way that they act, behave, and the things that they do. You respect a person's past. You respect a person's present. You respect a person's potential future, regardless of what it may be. You respect them because you give them a level of power in your head or your mind, or you give them a level of honor. Honor is the better word than power. You give them a level of honor in your head. You think, this person deserves my respect. Now, why is this important? When I finished taking this class, it was a 7-week course in the first semester of my first year in Connecticut. I decided that the word respect, the feeling of being respected, will always hold a stronger value in my life than love does. Why? I don't know if anybody's heard this saying, but you can love someone without actually ever liking them. You can love someone out of obligation. You can love someone because you fell in love with them. You can love someone because you love who they are, you love not who they are. You can love someone because you love the way they make you feel. You love the way that they treat you. You love the way that their presence makes your heart flutter a little. You love them for selfish reasons. But do you like them? Do you like who they are at their core? Do you actually like them? Why this is important? Because you can't respect someone if you don't like them. But you can love someone if you don't like them. What does that mean? When you love someone, like a child has to love their parents out of obligation to their parents. They gave you life. So you love them because they gave me life. For example, I've heard people say, I love my parents because I have to, but I don't respect my parents. But I respect the people that my parents are to other people, but I don't respect who they are to me. I've heard someone say that to me before, and that really hit home. So I was like, what does that even mean? How can you respect a person in one regard and love them, but also not respect them in the same reason that you love them? If someone respects you, they won't disrespect you. Okay, everyone get up and go look in the mirror. Look at yourself in the mirror for a second and just take a moment to look at yourself. Don't pick out the things that you don't like or the things that you would change. Just look at yourself. Look at yourself as a person that you're not really. Look at yourself from a different set of eyes almost. Look at yourself like you're not actually looking at you, but you're looking at a stranger. Do you respect that stranger? Do you respect the person that's looking back at you? Do you respect the life that they live, the person that they are, the things that they do, the way that they speak to others? Do you respect the person that's standing in front of you? This is the fun part. This is the easy part, at least. If you don't, you get to change that. You get to change what you don't respect about yourself and make it better. And if you do, congratulations, you've received self respect. And self respect is the most important thing that you can have as a person, not anything else. If you hold your own self at a higher regard, you have a certain level of respect for yourself, then you won't accept disrespect. You won't accept people who have shit to say about you. And if they say it even to your face, you won't accept that disrespect because you respect yourself enough not to accept it. When someone doesn't respect you, they will disrespect you, whether or not you see it. This happens in a lot of relationships. You could be so in love with someone, but if you don't respect them, you will disrespect them, whether intentionally or not, you will. And disrespect, being disrespected, that taints your heart. Because when someone disrespects you and you don't have enough respect for yourself, you're going to believe what that person has to say about you. You're going to believe that that person is right. Why? Because you hold that person's opinion at a higher regard than you hold your own. I do this with my parents. I hold my parents at a much higher regard than I hold myself. So anything and everything that they have to say about me, I believe automatically. I believe that my entire personality and my entire character comes from the exact way that my parents have described me out to be. I am what my parents think I am. I am who my parents think I am. And sometimes that's not a good thing. Sometimes I don't want to be what they think I am. Sometimes I don't want to be who they think I am. But because of the lack of self respect that I have for myself, and because of the fact that I hold them at a so much higher regard than I hold myself, their opinion will always mean more to me than my own. So when they disrespect me, I won't even notice it unless somebody else in the room points it out. My little sister is like my bodyguard now. Anytime my parents say something a little bit out of pocket, my sister picks it up almost instantaneously, and she'll point it out and she'll tell it to stop. And I won't even realize that what they were about to say was disrespectful because that's the normal for me. That's what I would have thought was normal. I know so many people who sit in rooms where they're disrespected because they don't even realize they're being disrespected. And if they do realize they're being disrespected and you still stay in that room, that means that you're aware that the people in the room don't respect you. You don't respect them, but you also don't respect yourself enough to get up and leave. I think everyone should hold respect at a higher regard than love. Because love is so twisted and it's so confusing and it's all the best and worst feelings in the world and it makes absolutely no sense because no one knows how to describe what it feels, which makes it hard to trust. But when you trust in love, you give it your full faith. All the love you've got, you put all your trust into that and you give it up. And love changes you. Love fixes you. Love breaks you. Love adjusts you. Love makes you adapt, makes you compromise, makes you become a person you didn't even think you were. Love made me somebody I didn't think I was. Love made me forget how much I value respect. Love made me be disrespected. Love made me realize that I could sit in a room and listen to someone disrespect me for hours and be okay with it because I loved them. Are there rooms that you're sitting in that you're allowing yourself to be disrespected because you love the person who's talking to you? Why are you putting yourself in a position to be disrespected, to let your character be tainted simply because the person talking to you, you love them? Do you know how quick it is for somebody to tell you that they love you? But do you know how long it takes for someone to tell you that they respect you? That they respect who you are and what you stand for? That they respect the person that you are and the value that you bring to the world? When you say I love you, you should also be saying I respect you. When you say I love you, that I love you should also mean I respect you. Because if you don't respect the person that you love, and you don't respect the person that you're with, or you don't respect the person that you're friends with, you will find a way to indirectly or directly disrespect them because that's who we are as people. So if you're sitting in a room and being disrespected by people, allowing people to tell you what you're not, and allowing people to question your own worth, and allowing people to make you wonder whether or not you deserve what you have, or whether or not you deserve to be somewhere else, or whether or not you are who you say you are, get out of those rooms. Walk away from those people because at the end of the day, you can love someone with your whole entire heart and they could say that they love you with their whole entire heart, but if they don't respect you, they won't ever have anything nice to say to you. If a person doesn't respect you, they will find ways to disrespect you, even if they love you. That's how twisted love works, and that's how twisted our minds are. Why allow yourself to get disrespected? So, when you're taking that second to look at yourself in the mirror and asking yourself, do you respect yourself? Also, look at yourself in the mirror and ask, would I let someone disrespect me? Do I have enough self respect to make sure that people don't disrespect me? To be able to voice my opinion and to say what I want to say? Am I respected in the groups and the rooms that I'm in and a part of? Am I respected in the relationship that I'm in? Am I respected in the friends that I have? Am I respected in the workplace? Am I respected anywhere? And if you come up to the final decision that you're not respected in any of those rooms, do you at least respect yourself enough to walk away? To get out of those rooms and walk away? Do you respect yourself enough to realize that you deserve better? And I hate when people say, oh, put your standards down. You think that you're asking for too much, or that's what you want, or what you're looking for is impossible. Nothing is impossible. If you have a certain level of respect in your head, and if you have a desire in your head, anything is possible. If somebody tells you that your standards are too high for a guy or something, you just have to tell them, I haven't found the guy that's willing to do it for me. I haven't found the guy who respects me enough as a person to want to do it for me. I haven't found a guy who respects himself enough to want to do that for me. It's that simple. It is literally that simple. When someone tells you that your standards are too high or the things that you want are not possible to attain, they're wrong. The things that you want and the standards that you set, they're not too high. And the things that you want are not too far fetched to get. You being able to respect yourself means more than you being able to love yourself. Because you can love yourself and not respect yourself. I have. I've been able to love myself but not respect myself. And when I didn't respect myself, I accepted the disrespect that other people had to offer me. And then I no longer loved myself. When I cared about my well being and I cared about who I was as a person and I loved what I did for a living, but I had no respect. I did not put myself at a high enough regard to care for what I thought. Rather, I respected everybody else in the room and cared so much about what everyone else wanted that I lost all the love that I had for myself, and I lost all the respect that I had for myself because I believed everybody else. I believed all the lies that everybody else had to say to me because they didn't respect me. And if someone doesn't respect you and you love them, screw them. Because I swear, people stay in so many situations where they love someone and they're just willing to accept whatever because they love them. Sweetheart, if you don't respect the person that you're with, don't be with them because you will disrespect them. And disrespecting someone hurts and it stays and it doesn't go away. Because you don't even realize that you're doing it, and the person who's accepting it tends not to realize that they're being disrespected until it's too late. One of the biggest examples of this is I was called selfish. And for my entire life, I have considered myself the most selfless person. With the cards that I have been dealt and the life that I have lived, I maybe it sounds a little egotistical, but I've always considered myself to be selfless. I've always considered myself to always put myself last and put everybody else before me, to put everyone else's joy ahead of mine, even if I gained nothing out of it. And most of the time, I never gained anything out of it. And because of a situation that had nothing to do with me being selfish or gaining anything good out of it, I was called selfish. That left a taint in my heart and my brain. It made me have to sit down and reevaluate my entire life. And for a moment, I believed it. For a moment, I threw away everything that I believed, everything that I thought to be true, everything that I thought and knew about myself. I threw it out the window because someone I loved said that I was selfish. For a moment, I lost all respect for myself because I believed that this person was right. When you love someone, you will take whatever they have to say to you, whether you believe them or not. You'll find a way to believe them, and you'll change and you'll adjust and you'll be better according to them because you love them enough to fit their world. You love them enough to find a way to fit their world, even if it means putting yourself in a box or spreading yourself so thin that they could cut you. Because when you love someone, you do everything you can for them. You even go as far as giving up your self respect for them. That's why love is such a scary thing. And that's why I'm trying to rewrite my brain to remember how important it is to be respected over being loved. How many rooms do I stand in where I am respected and not just loved? I leave you with this. Have a great rest of your night. I hope this leaves some type of thought in your head, and if it doesn't, that's okay. Anyways, good night.